History often remembers the grand strategies of generals and the marvels of wartime technology. But some of the most ingenious solutions of WWII came not from labs or command rooms, but from the front lines. Ordinary soldiers, facing relentless challenges, became unexpected innovators. They used simple logic and sharp observation to solve problems overlooked by planners. These weren't complex machines, but clever tricks of survival, passed from soldier to soldier. Their innovations were rooted in a deep, intuitive understanding of the natural world. Soldiers learned to read the wind, the sun, and the ground beneath their feet. Their survival often depended on it. Lacking advanced equipment, they turned to the basics of physics. They found ways to make their environment work for them. One of the most pressing challenges was the relentless heat, especially in places like North Africa and the Pacific. Standard-issue canvas tents became unbearable ovens under the sun. Military handbooks offered little help. Through trial, error, and shared wisdom, soldiers devised a brilliantly effective way to stay cool. This wasn't about equipment, but about a mindset, paying close attention to the world around them. Their discovery is a powerful lesson. The simplest solutions, rooted in nature, are often the most effective. And this lesson remains just as relevant today for anyone seeking shelter outdoors. Picture the Mediterranean sun at its peak, air thick, shimmering with heat. For soldiers in canvas tents, this was daily misery. The heavy cotton canvas, designed for durability, trapped heat inside. The dark fabric absorbed sunlight, turning tents into stifling boxes. With little ventilation, temperatures inside soared beyond the already sweltering outdoors. No fans, no air conditioning, just what they were issued. Attempts to find relief, like adding extra layers or opening all flaps, often made things worse. The air inside stayed motionless, humid, and oppressively hot. This wasn't just uncomfortable, it was dangerous. Heat exhaustion and lack of sleep threatened health and readiness. The tent, meant as refuge, became an instrument of exhaustion. Soldiers began to experiment, realizing that simply letting air in wasn't enough. They needed a way to control airflow, to create a current that would carry heat away. Their observations of wind and temperature differences soon led to a breakthrough. The soldiers' solution was elegantly simple. Hot air rises. To cool the tent, they created a cycle. A low intake for cool air, a high exhaust for hot air. They stopped seeing the tent as a box and started treating it like a chimney. A small flap at the bottom facing the breeze became the intake. A high vent on the opposite side became the exhaust. This height difference powered the system, letting hot air escape and drawing in cooler air. The result, a gentle, constant airflow that flushed out heat. Unlike opening all flaps, this method created a reliable cooling effect, even on still days. It was a masterful piece of low-tech engineering, using only the tent structure and the laws of nature. A simple, silent system that made life in the heat bearable. The innovation didn't stop with airflow. Soldiers noticed the earth just below the surface stayed much cooler than the air. They dug shallow trenches leading to the intake flap, covering them to create a tunnel. Air drawn through the trench cooled as it passed through the earth before entering the tent. This ground-cooled air made the ventilation system even more effective. The combination of trench and airflow created a passive air conditioning system. No fuel, no noise, just earth, a shovel, and a tent. It was a perfect example of working smart, using the environment to create comfort in the harshest conditions. This WWII ingenuity isn't just history, it's a practical lesson for today's campers. The same physics that cooled a canvas tent in 1943 can cool a modern dome tent now. Most tents have low and high vents. Use them strategically. Open a low vent on the shadiest or breeziest side and a high vent on the opposite side. This creates the same stack effect, drawing cool air in and pushing hot air out. To enhance it, adapt the trench idea. Position your intake near a shaded or damp area, or create a shaded tunnel with a tarp and logs. The principle works for any shelter: tarps, hammocks, debris huts. Always create a low entry for air and a high exit for heat. Even a simple pitched tarp can channel hot air away. It's a mindset. Interact with your shelter and environment to manage comfort using physics, not gadgets. The simplest adjustments can make a world of difference. The genius of this method is its universal application. It's not about tent design, but about understanding airflow and temperature. Survivalists can build shelters with low intakes and high vents for natural climate control. Even a picnic tarp, pitched at an angle, lets hot air escape, creating a cooler shade. Field historians and archaeologists can use these techniques for comfort and productivity in remote sites. This knowledge empowers anyone outdoors, freeing them from reliance on technology and teaching them to see their shelter as a dynamic system. It's a skill more valuable than any single piece of gear. In a world of high-tech solutions, it's easy to forget the wisdom of the past. This WWII cooling method is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. For soldiers, it was a vital survival skill. For us, it's a philosophy of self-reliance. When technology fails, understanding the environment ensures comfort and survival. This method requires no power or special gear, just observation and effort. It connects us to history, honouring the resourcefulness of those who came before. Teaching and using this technique brings history to life and empowers modern adventurers. Innovation isn't just for scientists, it's a human trait found in the simplest solutions. This cooling hack is a legacy worth preserving. A story of physics, resilience, and our connection to the natural world. Sometimes the most powerful tools are our minds and a keen understanding of our surroundings.